Hello everybody, hope that you are good. Yesterday was a bloody Monday. That was a massive move down. Perhaps Monday's first move, at least that's what I think. And that's what I've been expecting since Sunday. Perhaps not as low as we went yesterday, to be honest with you, because we had a target of 62,500 because we saw some liquidations there. Also the range lows, but it's true that we had a pretty sharp deviation there. Now, the current structure is a range. We've been playing in this range for 3 months and a half already. Perhaps your range highs are here and your range lows are here. In my opinion, these are not the range lows, but it's a strong support. It's not the range lows because the range lows comes after the first high. So first we took the high and then the drop. So these are the range lows in my opinion. And these cannot be the range lows because this low happened before the first high. So it doesn't make much sense that that's the range lows. But it's true that it's a strong support, so fair dudes. I would say that between these two lines, it's a very strong support, you can see it. And yesterday, that got proved again. So I'm going to explain in this video what my theory is, what I'm up to, because I'm already in a position, I'm in a trade, so I want to be transparent with you as always. And I'm going to tell you what I've done, what my game plan is, what I'm taking profits, what I'm leaving the trade. Basically, as I usually do, trying to be as transparent with you as possible. But of course, it's not financial advice because maybe this video proves in a couple of days that I've been wrong, okay? So be careful and do your own research. Let me remove these lines so we don't get confused. Okay, you can see that right now, if you go into the 4-hour time frame, for a more 1 hour time frame, let's go even lower time frame. You can see that right now we are above the range lows again. And to be honest, as long as we're above the range lows, I'm happy to open longs because we've been playing this kind of ping pong between the range highs and range lows for quite a long time, 3.5 months. So who knows? Maybe we go to the range highs again, all right? But I'm not gonna get that far because I'm a day trader. So I'm gonna tell you what my game plan is with my current position, okay? The first thing is the theory. My theory tells me that since Sunday, that it was likely to see a Monday's false move, a drop to the downside. It's true that that drop was sharper than I originally thought, but that can still happen. That's Monday's false move. It's just a big drop. And that it happened so aggressively and so fast, it's even a stronger sign that it's a false move because false moves happen very quickly and very aggressively. So to me, I'm still going with the theory of a Monday false move. Now, if that was a Monday's false move, then what's the real move? The real move is in the opposite direction. It's a short squeeze. It doesn't mean that it's going to go higher than when we were on Sunday. It means that the idea was to continue dropping so then they can do a short squeeze more efficiently, okay? And with that, what I mean is that yesterday, what I've been doing is I waited for New York to open. New York opened here, and I decided to open along then at the range lows. Now that trade, that entry, I don't think it was bad, but it was also not good because you can see that the price continues dropping lower. So I thought, okay, maybe we print a deviation. And I saw price was at, I think it was 88,950, something like that, around about 59,000. And I added to my position. When I opened the trade here originally, I thought, okay, it's a possibility that we deviate a bit lower because price been dropping. So who knows, maybe it drops a bit more, okay? And we deviate. So right now, my average entry, it's exactly here, 59,800, okay? That's my average entry. So let me remove this here. The second entry that I took, by the way, that it was the entry here, it was based on intuition that price has been dropping for quite a long time and I think it's time to bounce, okay? That's the deviation, okay, time to bounce. So that was not much on technical analysis, but more intuition. This entry here was more technical analysis, but it wasn't that good. So at the end, my average entry is here, 59,800. I'm right now in a profit and I'm not closing a position just yet. Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna take profits if it plays out and when I would invalidate this trade, close the position at a profit by a smaller profit, and then try to open a trade again in a lower price. So, first of all, what is my take profits? Well, my take profits would be, if you notice here, okay, let me change the color to this line so we don't get confused. Yellow is good. We have here in the 15 minutes time frame this strong resistance. Now, when we have a strong resistance like this out of the nowhere, it usually creates a lot of liquidity above here. And if you notice, we have here this high. Wow, that's not a straight line at all. Let me try again. Kind of. Okay, we have this high there, so that's going to be my target. And also you have here some liquidity pools getting smaller, but you can see, for example, this liquidity pool here is quite a big one. Okay, that takes you to 62,000, but I do believe that we can get to 63,000 at least as a short squeeze from 58,700. Okay, so the way that I'm playing this is that my take profits is around here in this zone, well, more like here in this zone. Okay, that's my take profits. So right now I'm just patiently waiting here what happens. I suspect that the most likely thing is that we do something like this. Maybe we can do a bit of a flip, resistance to support, and then the leg up here, okay, to my take profits. That is what I ideally want to happen, and that's what I'm playing with. We're gonna go to high block capital in a moment, check where the liquidity is, but I imagine that we have a lot of liquidations to the upside, okay? So that would match with my theory, but we're gonna have a look at that too. That's my take profits of this trade, originally from here. Now, if we lose the range lows, to the 1 hour time frame, if we lose the range lows, then you're gonna notice, using the indicator, that we have here a wick, okay? So if we do something like this at the end, we drop, we're here, we're consolidating a bit, then I close my trade from here. I take a bit of profits from this price difference here. It won't be much, but well, as much as now, but I would take the profits, and then I would open more orders here of the 50% and the 100% of the week. However, I see this less likely because usually after a deviation like this, hang on, let's do something like this. After a deviation like this below the range lows, then you usually see a retest of the range lows and continuation. So I believe that we are right now in that retest here, okay? That's why we have this yellow line as resistance. We are building the liquidity to the upside at the moment, okay? So I do believe that we're in that phase of retest and continuation. That's what my idea is. Again, maybe we check tomorrow in tomorrow's video and this idea didn't play out and it's wrong, okay? But that's how my entry was thought. That's how my take profit is thought. Also, look at this, guys. We're in the 1 hour time frame. We had a target of 63,000, well, right below it. But if you notice here, we have a liquidity pool. Let me zoom in a bit. We have a liquidity pool also there at 62,700. So imagine, okay, we have a liquidity pool there. Of course, we're gonna have maybe a bit of issues with the 50 MA, but that's what my take profits would be, okay? Now let's go to high block capital because I don't want to make the video longer than I want. So let's go there very quickly. High block capital liquidation levels. First of all, pay attention to the delta. The delta yesterday when I made the video was around 11 billion. Take this number with a pinch of salt because I'm using the max liquidity setting. But we went as low as 25, I think it was, 24 billion, okay? Usually between 25 and 35, that's when reversals usually happen according to my experience, okay? So yeah, 24 billion and reversal happens there. Boom. Still we have, the delta is 16 billion, it's quite high. That means that there is a lot of liquidity to take to the upside. And these spikes at the right of the chart, they prove that. Look at these spikes. There are a lot of spikes to the upside. We have some even higher targets than the chart. We have here 64,800 and 66,000. These are the targets that we paid attention to yesterday. But we have a big cluster of liquidations, especially in this zone here. Okay? So you can see these bubbles here get quite big. 63,000 63,400, another one here, 63,200, another one here, 62,200. So I believe that the shorter squeeze is at least going to take this area here. All right. And now you can see that matches when I take profit. So yes, I'm putting money into this idea of a shorter squeeze. Perhaps, again, it doesn't play out, but it's a game of probabilities. So nobody knows what is going to happen. Now, in the liquidation heatmap 7 days time frame, you can see how we've taken the liquidity to the downside, and now the liquidity is gathering to the upside, even all the way to 67,000. So that would be a very strong short squeeze, because they are difficult to measure. It can be, I think what we've just seen is, I wouldn't consider this a short squeeze at all. I would say that a short squeeze would at least be from the 58,000 area to 63,000. That's at least the area, but it can go as high as 67,000, 64,000, okay? So I do believe that the liquidity now is going to be to the upside, at least for the next 2-3 days. Let's check the 1 month time frame. In the 1 month time frame, nothing really interesting. Nothing really interesting, because I see liquidity at 55k, 72,000. The distance are very high. So that's pretty much everything, guys. I don't know what you think. Be careful trading this week, because you've seen yesterday how the price behaved, and you have to be very careful with your triggers, with your invalidations, to not stick into a losing trade for too long. But also, I think the most important thing is that when you are thinking about entering the market, then you think, okay, what about if this other thing happens and price goes a bit lower below my entry? Would my trade be invalidated there, or can it be a deviation? Can it be this other support test? So when you think about all those scenarios, then you understand more the risk management that you need to use, and maybe you don't go all in with 100% of the position. Maybe you just go with 30, 40, 50% and leave some cash for a lower entry, okay? That's what I usually do, and it works pretty well. So anyway, guys, I don't want to talk much more about it. I'll update you also through X, and also if you want to access to the indicator, then what day is today? Today is the 25th, so in 5 days we are giving access to students from the course. There is a course available for the 1st of July on my website. It's in the description. And also we're giving access to active traders using my BingX referral link. So you have also the link in the description, and they're also giving a bonus campaign. They're giving up to $130 for registering, to give you 30 for trading a bit of trading volume. They give you another $50, and for KYC, that is optional, it's not compulsory, they give you another $50. So if you're interested in getting the indicator, then you know what you've got to do. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.